Now let's begin the fourth part in this planning series. I'm going to talk about monthly, weekly, and daily planning. Some people criticize New Year resolutions because they are usually not followed through, and it is driven by New Year emotions. Well, New Year resolutions do not mean annual planning. Some people might be driven by their emotions and they come up with unrealistic resolutions. However, some would really go through them all. For me, for example, last year I decided that I'm going to develop six packs and I decided to come up with some visualization. So, this was my symbol to remind me I was encouraging and affirming myself. Well, as a result of these efforts, I cannot demonstrate you six packs right now, but I was able to shed all the additional weight gain I had after my birth, and also I was able to get rid of the backache. It was like removing a thorn from my flesh. So I was able to become stronger, and I'm going to continue with that resolution. I'll keep the symbol, but I will formulate it differently this year. So please do not refrain from making any New Year resolutions. On the other hand, I heard a criticism that too many goals do not produce any results. Still, I would promote planning. We should be, as a man, as a woman, loyal to our words. Our yes should be yes, our no should be no. I have seen quite senior officials of the government reschedule or replan their appointments with ambassadors of other countries without much thinking. I do not think that this will positively affect the image of our country. Even though we are great nomadic civilization, we should promote our punctuality. Even our ancestors had sayings that they would not be late for their appointments, even the rain or snow. So, whenever we are setting goals, I set them in each area of life, and that might seem too many for you. But please do not worry because for each area I do not exceed more than three. For example, in my daughter's case, I have this goal to help her roll over. So, in order to make her roll over, I should think, what do I need to do? I need to exercise her. I need to have to provide a good nutrition. I should also strive to control her seizures. My daughter has epilepsy, so I should work on that. So now I'm showing you how I have done the monthly planning, monthly goals. So in my monthly goal, for example, for my daughter, I will come up with daily schedule of exercises and other things. When am I going to write down the schedule? I have this tabulated form of my monthly plan. I will choose a day and put it there. I'm going to make a schedule, print it out, and stick on the wall. So, because I have set a concrete date for this task, it eases my mind and provides me peace. I try to be loyal to my word. When I say yes, I want to stick to it. When I say no, I want to stick to it. That's why I'm careful whenever I'm giving a promise. So, if I have a change, I usually try to give a long notice, ideally for of a month or a week. But in our culture, in our country, I see that people do not give much thinking to it. Sometimes I face a closed door because the people have forgotten to tell me that the meeting was postponed or cancelled. So it is very important for me to promote the planning culture in my country. I live a little bit far away from the downtown area. It takes me about 2 hours to get from my home until that venue. So I have to ask someone to come take care of my child and then go to that place. And in total, I spent 4 hours just to reach that place. So I try to use that time. It becomes a wasted time, and I would mark it by gray and try to use it effectively. In my country, sometimes this negligence affects the vulnerable groups, the senior citizens, mothers who are taking care of children with disorders and diseases. They go to different government or public agencies, and they are turned down several times in order to get something they are eligible for. So if you save all this work for them, it actually prevents the further circle of poverty and helps them somehow to get better in their life. That's why I would encourage all the people to be very careful with their planning. And based on our annual plan, let's come up with monthly goals. And then I have this table for the month where I would schedule concrete tasks that will help me to reach my goals I set for that month. And then I write down what I'm going to do. And also, I like to affirm myself. It is very important to keep the momentum. So I use famous quotes or Bible verses. And this time, I have used a quote from C.S. Lewis, who wrote Narnia. And it says, "You are never too old to set a new goal or dream a new dream." So the age does not really matter. We can start a new project or a new goal anytime. If you remember 2009 Britain Got Talent, you probably know Susan Boyle. She was 47 when she came up to the stage with this dream to become a professional singer. People were laughing at her, but she had this confidence that, I will rock this audience. So I really like that. And miracles happen in life. So we should not really write them off. We do not need to have such cynical attitude. I have already seen everything. I have already lived my life. So we become very hardened people. Instead of that, I would propose to have childlike attitude of wonderment, expectation for something marvelous, beautiful every day. And that helps us to see the beauty and the miracle in each small detail. So I would propose you to have that attitude. The monthly planning could be further detailed in the weekly planning. So I'm showing you my template for the first week of January, starting from the 1st until the 7th, what we are going to do. And you see that it has a horizontal entry. So what happens on first, I write there horizontally, and then I would go forth to the second and third. It can be used both for writing down what happened as a memory keeper, or it can be also used as a planner, what I'm going to do. Usually planners become wonderful memory keepers. So I have tested this theory last year in my the first journal. I have tested different templates, and you see that I have been using this table for the weekly template, and changing the appearance and theme for these different templates helps me to develop my creativity. And seeing these journals, you see how far I have advanced. In the past, the most I could do was using different highlighters to write the names of the days of the week. But now you see that I have quite advanced in terms of my design. And in this weekly plan, I could put down the general tasks for those days, and also it can be further detailed in the daily planning. For example, I'm showing you an ideal day for the 1st of January 2018. It does not mean that I will stick to it hour by hour, minute by minute, but it provides a good template for me to follow whenever I have time to spend home. The reason why I decided to be particular about my daily planning was the verse from Psalm 90:12. Please give us a wise heart to offer you by counting our days. So we think that we shall live forever, healthy on this earth, and nothing bad will happen, but in real life it does not happen. Think about how many years we have on this earth. Let's consider how many people survive beyond 80. Let's also think about the energy level of the people who have reached 80. Do we still keep our youthful energy until that age? So when we think about it, I believe there are so many things to consider and plan and really achieve in the short life I have. For me, sleep is very important. That's why I put here from 23 until 7 o'clock I'm going to sleep. So the rest of the day is scheduled here. Because I am taking care of a sick or disabled child, her feeding, her medications, her exercises, her hygiene, the massage are very important. I need to do all of that and I need to schedule them in my life. But think about people who have healthy children. Think about people who have no children. You have ton of time to spend effectively. So you can come up with an ideal day plan that might guide you through the days. So besides this circular template, you can also use other templates like a bar. So here you see how I'm planning a day when I have a concrete appointment or scheduled work. So these flowers signify my time with the Lord, time I pray and talk with Him. And then I have gray time when I commute to my work. What can we do during this time besides our makeup? We could, for example, listen to some podcasts. I'm trying to learn Korean, so I'm going to listen to lesson number 24. And then I have appointments in the morning, and then in the afternoon I have some time I could spend on my future projects. For example, in the coming year, I'm going to take care not only of my own family and my children or my child, but I would like to invest in the lives of 10 mothers, 10 similar families who are taking care of disabled children. So that will be time I'll allocate for that project. So you see, I have not indicated my sleeping hours, but I wake up at 6 o'clock usually when I have appointments in the downtown area. That means I have to go to bed around 22 or 23. So I would like to encourage you to live your life with purpose and focus and great planning. Thank you for watching.